What is a sex rut? When you're in a sex rut, you might feel bored, disconnected, have a lack of physical and or emotional connection, and even feel lonely. A sex rut will feel different to each person, but the bottom line is that things just don't feel as exciting or fresh with your relationship, or the connection isn't what it used to be. Have you ever thought about whether sex adds or subtracts from your relationship happiness? Barry and Emily McCarthy wrote a book called Rekindle Desire, and in it they said, the adage in sex therapy is that when sexuality goes well, it is a positive, integral, but not a major component, adding 15 to 20% to the couple's vitality and satisfaction. However, when sexuality is dysfunctional or non-existent, it assumes an inordinately powerful role, 50 to 70%, robbing the partnership of intimacy and vitality. Sex should be a mutually fun space, something you look forward to. Sex is supposed to give you vitality and satisfaction. However, it's so easy to take our relationships for granted, especially our sexual relationships. And it's so easy to fall into a sex rut. And it's so challenging to dig yourself out of that sex rut. But it doesn't have to be. There are 40 million plus North American women who feel sex is just meh. They want an easy solution to a complicated modern day life question. How can I have fun, meaningful sex while trying to be super mom, super worker, super what? Oh yeah, and give me some balance time. In 2005, acclaimed sex research facility, the Kinsey Institute, surveyed 853 women between the ages of 20 and 65 and proved the demands of modern life are to blame for women having less sex. So you're not alone if you're struggling to enjoy sex, struggling to get yourself out of a sex rut. You might feel like you're failing at sex over and over again until you become apathetic about sex and you give up. And trust me, there is no greater libido killer than being apathetic about sex. And if you're not sure if you're apathetic about sex, you might say things like, I don't care if I ever have sex again. Or you might be that woman who's wrapping herself up like a pretzel to make your sex work, when in fact, sex needs to work for you. Know if you've fallen into a sex rut. First thing is to ask yourself, why am I not interested in sex anymore? You don't make time for sex? Is no foreplay fine by you? Would you rather be doing anything else than having sex, which is avoiding sex? You and your partner never discuss sex? The entire sex from start to finish is very predictable? Then you're probably in a sex rut. Here's something that isn't discussed often enough. Women love sex. The average woman in the average relationship has a healthy and robust sexual desire, arousal, and libido. So if it's not her, then why is this couple in a sex rut? Drumroll, please. The way couples are expected to have sex is broken. Too many couples only have orgasm-focused sex. Intertwined with this, women are unable to communicate that she wants something different. It makes sense that many women grow bored and frustrated with a sexual framework that sets her up for failure, and she loses interest. Good news is it's not you. It's the sex you're having. But this is where you have to ask for something different. And unfortunately, this is where most women's sexual journey stops, because women don't know how to ask for the sex she wants. She doesn't know how to ask for something different. And it really comes down to women having to believe she's worth the effort to follow through to get to the other side. and most women don't believe she's worth it, so she doesn't. The next natural question is, how can a woman believe she is worthy enough to ask for the sex she wants? It starts with emotional intimacy. 2018 study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that higher levels of emotional intimacy are associated with higher sexual desire in long-term relationships. This means you need to maintain non-sexual touch outside the bedroom, hugs, cuddling, caresses. This non-sexual touch can go such a long way to meeting the sensory and connective needs that women need. Getting into the daily habit of regular physical touch that does not lead to sex can help both partners feel more relaxed, which then can benefit your physical relationship. When you feel more comfortable touching and being touched without the expectation of anything more, this will ultimately help you feel more receptive when you are having sex. There is no instant gratification here, but climbing out of your sexual rut is absolutely doable. It's also very possible for you to create a sex life that adds 15 to 20% to your couple's vitality. How can you go from sex being something that you have to do to something that you want to do? It will take some time, effort, and change on your part, but not as much as you think. And I am here to help you every step of the way. Visit trinareid.com and get your free copy of Sex Bootcamp Masterclass. Listen to the Sensational Sex podcast and join the success community. Getting you and your partner out of the sex rut all starts at trinareid.com.